Hello everyone and welcome to this weekly healing color card reading. And so let's have a look at the card that is coming out for us the next week ahead. And here we have the beautiful turquoise color coming out for us, card number 34. And this card says, awaken your empathy. So again, as always, wherever this number is taking you, definitely go with that, because that is a personal meaning, personal message just for you. But 3 plus 4 makes 7, and 7 is the telephone call to the apartment upstairs, as I call it, the divine level in our lives, other realms, dimensions, spirit, God, Ra, whatever you call it. But that is definitely connecting our logical thinking with a sort of a higher thinking, seeing things from other angles, widening our perceptions of things. And as we can see in the picture, this seems to be like a rabbit hole or a tunnel that we are kind of being led into here. So it's like going down the rabbit hole when it comes to different areas of our lives, depending on where we are individually on our life path right now, on our soul mission. But as there is also a little bit of blue color in this picture as well, this could be talking about our throat chakra, our communication, our mental level, our mental state, how our minds work. So maybe it's also about how we communicate out on a more perhaps telepathic way. That is what I'm being led to here. And turquoise is the color of transformation. So there is something transforming perhaps in the way that we communicate with each other, and perhaps with other worlds, the way we are normally thinking to ourselves, keeping that inner dialogue with whatever that may be. But our inner voice may be connected to something that is more of a telepathic nature. I feel this is a very subtle energy for the next week. It's not something that we can just grasp or hold on to. It's very transformative, as we are being led down into this tunnel, or this kind of transformation, or this kind of rabbit hole. So perhaps we are diving deeper into certain areas of our lives. And awaken our empathy also means to be able to see why things are playing out. It's like seeing through your emotions. And that is kind of what this is about, that there's something throughout the next week where we may have new information, new knowledge. We're coming into kind of to a wisdom, to a level of wisdom in our lives, where we are getting this aha moment, where we actually learn to see things from different angles and learn to understand how we all play how we all part of this cosmic puzzle, and how the pieces now may seem to come together, how everything is interconnected. And through the turquoise color, I'm also being led to, actually, I know it's not a turquoise color, but I'm being led to the lapis lazuli color as well, through this bluish color we got going here. And that's a reference to our third eye chakra as well. So it may be that we are having a clear sight on something, but where it is very much, on a mental level, it's like opening up to our clairvoyant abilities. And so opening up to more telepathy coming in, where we're taking more information in from perhaps ancient Egypt, on ancient technology, ancient culture in general, ancient medicine, and how you heal through using herbs and plants, for example, or whatever it may be for you on a personal level, where you feel yourself being drawn into that, being led down different roads, with kind of having a breakthrough here where we start to see things, and that also makes us bigger empaths, so that we can feel with each other, we can feel with ourselves, and that we begin to understand that moving through those emotional moments actually makes us bigger as people, that we are coming into more knowledge and information about who we are and where we are going and why we are here. So a very big opening for the next week ahead, I sense here. And whatever it may be for you on a personal level, really start to observe your mind, your thinking patterns, and how you all of a sudden may take on someone else's feelings or emotions, or you pick up on other people's thoughts while you're in the supermarket or wherever you are, maybe at work. You just start to see things clearly. You're coming into this kind of knowing. And so this could also be, clairvoyance, but also clear sentience or clear hearing. It's like it's opening up all our senses here on a much deeper level. And for many of us, I sense that we have never been into contact with this side of ourselves before. So a very exciting week ahead, but really spend some time on what is going on in your mind. What are you seeing? What do you feel you are hearing? What kind of messages or information do you feel is just coming your way? All of a sudden, you just seem to understand something that you have never understood before, or you are becoming more acquainted with an area of life where you have never really felt interested in before. Stuff like that. Really try to have focus on that the next week ahead. So let's pull a card from this Divine Directions deck to see what else there could be for us, and you can take this as small advice or guidance, or perhaps even a direct answer to something that you may have been going through already in this area of life on the mental level. So let's see if there's a card coming out here for us. And definitely I feel for the next week that we are tuning into much more space energy, cosmic energy, a whole different level of getting into contact with what is beyond, as we call it. So let's see if there's a card coming up for us for the next week ahead. And after finishing up this week where we really have been nurturing ourselves and body, mind and soul, and really feeling what's coming through our heart chakra, I feel that now we're really ready for some really deep transformation into something that is really going beyond our imagination and fantasy. So I feel that we are moving into better times where we come to understand why things are playing out the way they are, so that it doesn't freak us out all of a sudden. So let's see what's coming out here. And the card that came out is this card, and it says, wait. Take time to think on the matter at hand. Don't be tempted to rush. Yes, exactly. Before we are making any plans on taking any action of whatever is going on a mental level here, we need to really slow down, because we're coming down through these rabbit holes where we have never been before, and therefore we really need to think. Again, we are on a mental level here, but we are also in some kind of communicative state here with our throat chakra, our third eye, a mix of words and telepathy. So we need to become acquainted with that kind of communication before we are just rushing in and taking action on it or whatever we feel inspired to do. It's just wait and see what happens. We are on our way. We are moving through a tunnel here. We're not yet at the end station. We need to get acquainted, to be more acquainted with this kind of energy before we just take action on it. So don't rush anything the next week. Really try to, like I mentioned before, tune into your mental state, your mental body, and your third eye, and really notice how you feel inspired to communicate, and perhaps not using so many words, but more observe what's going on in your third eye and in your inner communication with your higher self. So this was what I had for you for the next week ahead. I'm wishing you all a beautiful week of transformation on a mental level with this beautiful turquoise color. So take really good care of yourselves out there. I'll see you next time. Take much care. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.